G'day everyone, and Luke here with a great deal from our friends over at Leonards Ingredients.
For 4 weeks, the Euro box will be available, giving you the chance to try all 5 of their flagship flavours.
What's in the box?
I'll tell you. There's Old English, which has lots of pepper, herbs and onion from the Leonards award-winning bestseller selection.
Garlic Supreme loaded with garlic complemented with parsley oregano for that eye candy.
Pork and red onion, a seasoning mix that's packed full of red onions, making it not only visually appealing, but also very, very tasty.
Classic Italian flavors of tomato, oregano and garlic with their visual flakes of red pepper for extra eye appeal. Ooh la la.
Chorizo style, using smoked paprika, garlic and chili for that classic Spanish taste in a British bang.
Simply contact your local stockist in your area, click on the Euros link or head over to leonards.co.uk and enjoy the taste of the Euros.
Leonards Ingredients, a family-run company with 4 decades of service and experience. Be quick, this offer ends 17th of July.
Shop local, shop Leonards.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Happy Monday, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Butcher's Bible
Podcast.
I'm your host, Ant Dick.
And I'm Luke.
2 blokes preaching a good word of the meat industry.
One
episode at a time. Fucking got you that time.
Yeah,
man. Who are you?
How many times we were trying to do it together.
Well, I just didn't think it worked. Like you said, in real time, we could probably try and voice over each other, but there is just a dash of a lag here.
There is. So if it comes out sunny, hooray.
Of course.
How am I? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I am good, man. It's Monday. Sun is...
Right. Good weekend?
Yeah. Can't complain, man. Can't complain. Before we kick the episode off, though, just a bit of admin. Yeah, man. Big shout out to our sponsor, Leonards Ingredients. Their Eurobox ends in July. So next month, to celebrate the Euros, it gives you a good chance to try their flavors or their unique ones that they do all in a box. And then instead of committing to a full case, you actually get to try all 5 of the good flavors that they do. So make sure you head over to Leonards Ingredients, hit on the Euros link and support the legends that support us. So get on it.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. We just want to say thank you to everyone as well for this month. We want to say thank you to our guests that we have on. We've had Ben and David from Spice Punch as well. The response has been just outstanding. It's
really, really good. It's picking up and people are getting involved. I really like it.
Yeah. No, it's really good. We can't thank them enough, and thank the listeners and the love and support. You guys are you're just weapons, and really, really enjoying the feedback because it's quite fun. It's people from all around the world just going, I really enjoyed that episode. It's quite funny that you asked this. It's funny that they had the input for this, or I didn't understand what they meant about that, or whatever. And you're like, oh, it's easy, I'll clear it up. Or you talk to, and then people usually your inbox is full anyway because of the random shit that I send anyway. But then when you get the requests, an inbox, you're like, oh, I didn't see this from a week ago or something because it doesn't quite show up, does it? So I was I found a few in there. I was like, oh, sorry, mate, I didn't respond to whatever the button on. They're like, oh, that's cool, whatever. But
I like it. It's good that, to choose somebody, you got DC, who just texts you out of the blue. And he's like, hey, Luke, I really sort of good luck in your next business venture and things like that. And I was like, oh yeah, shit. I said that. People listen to it, and you get several things like that coming through maybe over the last few weeks. It's Really, really cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's the community is building, the love and support's there, and we just want to pass that love and support on. That's why we're doing this. So
Yeah.
we're not going to bore you with too much about how much we love you, even though you deserve a full hour and a half. But this episode we're going to dedicate to men's mental health in June.
Yeah, it's the Monday mental health recap.
Yeah, exactly. It's part 2 that we're going to do. We're just going to touch on briefly over this episode of like our months, like Luke's and I's. Kind of like we've reached a few challenges. We've had some highs, we've had some lows. There might be a few trigger points in here, just a disclaimer as well. But like we said, it's what we've done and what we've felt. So I feel like, it's a good starting point. And also this is our platform, so I don't give a fuck what you say or think.
I find that so funny when you do that. And you're like, and also fuck you.
Yeah, well.
Man, my mum listens to this. Come on.
She loves us. Don't worry about her. She loves us.
Yeah, she does. It's her birthday today. My mum had birthday.
Happy 21st.
Happy 21st. We had a good morning. She went out camping in the van.
Oh, she's
beautiful. And we were at the campsite and had some breakfast. Sweet.
Breakfast.
We had some breakfast. There's myself, my brother, not my brother. My brother is not here.
Not here, he's in Glasgow.
Yeah. My sister, her boyfriend, and Kitty and Atia.
Ah, stunning.
Just went for a spot of brekkie. Anyway, hi mum.
I'm up.
Yeah, moving on.
How was your month this June, mate, for men's mental health?
I tell you what, it was pretty all over the place.
Sure.
This was my last month at Goodtrees, fully employed. So I had that to contend with in terms of sort of the realization of comfort of employment was going. So it's been a build up to, I'm just out of sort of your comfort zone again. I know I'm still butchery and I know where I'm going to work in those times, but on my head be it, and issues with the car, spending way too much money, trying to figure out lifts and borrowing cars and shit. And it's all just a whirlwind to try and...
Well, what happened to your car?
Went in for its MOT
Okay.
and a service, and then MOT, whatever. And yeah, it failed on a bunch. And then they didn't put the right parts on, so I had to go back. And yeah, it was all just a bit of a headache.
One job, really?
Oh yeah, in a way. But that was all just a bit of a headache, and it's just been very tense this week for myself. This month, and not in a bad way, but I'm letting go of responsibilities at work. So I'm kind of understanding that that's going to be its own thing now. I can't keep trying to hold on to it. I can help it when I'm there, but stepping aside is difficult because I'm proud in what I do. So
has that responsibility, is the weight been lifted off of it, you reckon?
In the last week, yeah, Dan was going, "What are you, Kate? You're leaving." I was like, "No, I'm still going to be working here a couple of days just to help you guys out and just be a knife on the block."
Yeah.
But it is a weight lifted. There's going to be less contact from myself to clients now, less admin, and just getting back to what I love doing, which is flinging a knife around, instead of writing stuff down and on a computer. Yeah. It's all been very much same, like large, maybe 2 or 3 large things this month, but it's building to something good, I think. Things don't change if things don't change. So
how's your anxiety levels then on going self-employed and stepping back from Goodtrees? Because I know you've been there since the beginning. You've developed it. You've made it in what it is. It's got a really good reputation.
I think it's all right. It's all right because it is the right move. If it wasn't the right move and I was umming and ahhing about it, I wouldn't feel the same, I don't think.
Okay.
So anxiety is always at the high. I think that's just my survival instinct, which is always on.
Yeah.
And yeah, in terms of getting out there, I know that I could find work because I'm confident in my skills.
Sure.
But it's whether it fits me, and I'm fortunate that I had work set up before I left, which is what most people do.
Yeah.
But previously, when I've been self-employed, I just got out there, and the first week I was zooming around butcheries, block tests, all that sort of stuff. But this time it's a lot more premeditated because I've got more to lose.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So it's a good move. And I'm fairly comfortable, but I do thrive off of change and novelty, which is what this freelancing is.
Yeah.
So, and Brad, I will get back to you with some information about freelancing. I haven't forgotten. It's just been a mental month.
He's listening like, mother.
Yeah, no, I keep on going on the messenger, be like, Big Berg, where is he? I was like, I haven't forgotten. He's like, no, all good. So
yeah, nice.
How about you? How's your month been?
Pretty intense, I guess. Probably in the lightest sense to say. Well, start off with the good. It's been sunny.
Yes.
I've got a tan.
You do?
Yeah. I got the raccoon eyes happening because I wear the sunglasses now, and more tanned here. Besides, it goes nice and white here.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've got 3 tickets now that the company I work for that put me through. So, one ticket being I can drive in lighter sense of saying it, a very posh forklift. So it's a all-terrain vehicle that can pick stuff up. It can fork stuff. It can have like a special bucket on there, and I can take sands and rocks and shingles.
Oh, like a telehandler.
Yeah. So yeah, telehandler. Exactly that. Just a posh forklift, essentially.
Swanky version.
Swanky. So that's been good. I did a lot of training on that. So that was a 3-day course. And the company that I work for also said, since you're actually pretty good at like balancing things and actually multitasking, we're going to put you through another course during the same time. I was like, okay. So the telehandler put me through that. At the same time, I can load, front end loader. So, a big tractor that's about 15, 20 tons or 15 tons or something like that, with a massive shovel. So at the same time, we were learning that, practicing all the safety, the gadgets, all the bits and bobs that come with it and whatnot. So we're learning 2 machines at the same time, all the way through, and then whatever else. So I was like, oh, brilliant. So, it's a lot of information. We got a written exam. So there's a 300-word exam, and then they had a multiple choice, and I got 100% on all of them. And I got 2 minors out of 8.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course you did. Yeah. We left that pause there for dramatic effect. I got 100%.
And then I got 2 minors out of 8 on both of them, and they were literally like minor things where I just did like a simple scrape of the bucket or something on the ground, not clean entrance and exits like that. But those things, like the trainer said, he goes, that just comes with time and experience, and you'll get used to it. You're going to be driving these things for 3 days. He goes, if you're doing it after 3 years or 3 months, I would probably go, you need a refresher. But he goes, you guys are really confident of what you're doing. He goes, you have the knowledge and the abilities. It was really good. It was really, really good. And then this week, just gone, they go, oh yeah, we've also signed you up for another course, but it's a 1-day course. And I was like, oh, cool. It must be super easy, whatever. And they're like, oh no, you have to drive a 30-ton dump truck. And we're just fast tracking you through it. And I was like, great. So 30-ton dump truck, and then they load you up at 30 tons. You've got 60 tons. You're driving 60 tons of live material. I was like, you're fucking kidding me. They're like, They're like, nah, man, you breeze through those last two. Just, you'll get this done in one day. And it's usually a week course. And I was like, in one day, you want me to do a week course? And they're like, yeah, you'll be right.
It'll be fun.
Audio, here we go. Did it all.
Got it. Nailed it.
Yeah, I got 100% on that exam and the multiple choice and that. And I think I only got one minor on that after driving the 30-tonner, which was really good. I was quite proud of myself on that. Even
The way you say that, I only got one minor, as if you just hit one child.
It is one minor.
Yeah, it's just a minor. Nothing major.
No adult. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, but they're fucking hell. But those wheels are like bigger than you and I.
They're like 9 foot.
Yeah, so they're like over 6 foot. So like when you're like looking at a wheel, you're still looking up. You're like, oh yeah. And then you look at this massive truck and you're just like,
no, that's a big boy.
It's big. Here we go. Yeah. And then you realize like anything that's on the ground is so much smaller than you. So when people stop for you, because you're like, oh no, come. But it's like, oh no, I'm in the bigger truck. The rules of the road is the bigger truck gets the right of way. And that's me every single time. Because
you're not stopping 60 tons fast, are you?
Well, you say that, but the machines that we got, man, the brakes they're super touchy. They're really like high tech. So like when I sit in the cab itself, I got a computer screen there that tells me like tire pressures, speaker systems, the heating. Does my chair need like more pressure in it? Does like I can put on the back heater, I can put on the bum heater, I can put on air conditioning through it. I got like Kenwood speakers all the way around this bitch and like little like subwoofers behind it. I got a fridge and I've got like a little few controls like here and there and just like a little handbrake in that as well. And it has like auto. So, in the new cars, it has like the new auto like stop. So when you're on a hill.
Oh yeah. It's like that holds the handbrake for a few seconds, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what it does. It doesn't let go. So any incline that you're on, it doesn't let go until you hit the accelerator.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and I go up to like 2,600 just on the normal revs, like 2,600,000 like RPMs. It's just like, and then when you go, it just goes up to like 5,000 something. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but these extra tickets that you're getting, does that mean more money?
Don't know.
You should ask them about that.
Maybe.
They got more responsibility and you're forklift certified. Whittley.
I'll have to check that on Monday, but it's going to come into the conversation about the badge. I'm probably going to give you a little sneak preview of what the idea is and what I can hopefully achieve from it. But it's a bit going. There's a bit going on behind the scenes at home as well. Yeah. But it's the work-wise, everything's good. It's been super sunny, super happy, super proud of my accomplishments. Still haven't even got a card from you or anything. Thank you very much, Luke.
Saying what? Well done for being forklift certified.
Exactly right. It should be.
Moonpig, it's on the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna Giselle. No, it's all right. It's all right. I'll just wait till Smoke and Fire in July.
Yeah. You get a t-shirt?
Yeah, well, of course I'm getting a t-shirt. Same team.
Yeah. Some t-shirts now available. Think Doug Collection on Etsy and Instagram.
Yeah, definitely. How many you got left? They've done well.
8, 10.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's the smaller sizes now. That I've said this, that, I forgot who I was catering to. I don't know why I got small sizes. I should have gone from medium as the smallest and then gone up to extra large. I'm catering to big people in the meat trade.
That's true.
Come on, little people. Buy my shirts. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
They done really well. And I appreciate everyone who's purchased.
Have you done a handwritten note to them? Say, I love and appreciate you?
T-shirts, no, I'm sending them out in the next couple of days, actually.
How exciting.
I've got my postage bags today, so I'm going to whiz them out over the next few days.
Nice. Last week, I'm going to start it off with the behind the scenes of what's been going on at home. Basically, we went to the doctors with the big surgeon. We got to meet him, put a face to the name and everything. And it was to do with Esme's heart surgery, which was pretty intense. It was about 4 hours we were there, and they were running through the risks. Yeah, so the risks, what the, like all the monitors, like all the tubes and everything, all the colors, what they meant, the risks, the long-term effects, the whole rundown of the procedure, how long it will roughly take, how long should we be staying in hospital as well. So it was pretty intense. Like, and I took a whole day off for it, because obviously there's no point in going to work and then coming.
That's not an afternoon thing, is it? You want to be mentally prepared as well, because that's heavy.
Yeah, it's quite intense as itself anyway. But it was hard. No, in the least to say, it was hard. You know, and to know that maybe your daughter's probably going to have, you know, these things wrong with her, you know, especially because she has like a leaking valve connected to her heart as well, and then how long that will take. Will she need keyhole surgery as well? It's always a hard one. She's probably going to have a pacemaker as well, like for the rest of her life. But there is like a 3 to 5% chance that there won't be, and those odds are very slim. Also, the recovery on it as well. It's like 4 months, and
she's little as well, isn't she? So
she's a year next month in July. She'll be 1 years old, and it's been like the slowest and fastest year of my life, keeping a little thing alive. You know, it's been really hard, especially with all the medical conditions and the in and out of the doctors and the feeding, trying to keep her on track for a percentile as well. You know, it's been hard trying to do it. And the least I can say is like people, the mums and dads, the solo mums, the solo dads who are dealing with kids with actual disabilities and other like medical conditions and everything, like those people go as heroes. You know, they're like those people are the
100%. Yeah, big time.
And the doctors and everything. Say what you want about the NHS, they've been great to us. I know, like, there's nothing I can't say bad about them. They've just been good, but those people are real heroes as well. But it's everything they've done for us has been incredible. And back to like the mums and dads that are dealing with medical conditions for their little ones, like those people deserve everything. And you know, you just never would think having a child, like everyone's like, oh, have kids. It's like rewarding as this and that. You have a little version of you get to grow up and see it all. But when it comes around to these conditions or these ins and outs of hospital trips and everything, you're kind of like, why me? And it's quite hard.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's very difficult. And then you see, when you're in the hospital, you're like, you see kids with worse conditions, or you see like other medical things that are wrong with kids, and you're just like, in all fairness, like mine doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
But there is going to be open heart surgery at the end of this, and then there's a long recovery to come with it, and then there's possibility of like long-term health conditions to come with it for the rest of our life, or there might not, you know, and just well,
that's it. It depends on how you look at it. You can be looking at I'm not speaking for you explicitly, but if you're focusing on the negatives, you can also focus on positives. It's a real, there's that mental switch that you have to get around. But the brain is addicted to thinking negative thoughts, because that gives it higher
for the worst, and keeping the worst in your head.
Yeah,
that's what it's like. And I'm trying not to, because I'm trying to put a face on at work. We're dedicating this podcast in our very limited spare time, and trying to keep balance between sending love to friends and family, and just trying to remain sane at home as well. It's quite difficult, but life isn't life without the challenges, is it?
No, that's what makes it. It's the journey which is you got to not enjoy, but
ride it out.
It's the journey. There's rarely a destination.
Yeah, that's it really. So as much as I want this year to just hurry up and piss off, I kind of just want to ride the feeling and the waves, and I really want to keep my head above water and stay positive and keep on just doing what we do, and still loving our family unconditionally, supporting my wife and everything I could do, and the support and love that we get from everyone here is outstanding as well, and the community it's really gone above and beyond. A lot of people have reached out, and when they've heard about the stuff that I've gone through and you've gone through, and people just reach out and send a lot of love about it. And I thought to myself, we're very blessed to have a community like this one. And
when it comes down to it, I think when someone is in need, not necessarily through material things, but just through support, people are there. Not everybody, but there's a select few of the people that you want around. They are there.
Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't reflect badly on anyone who goes, oh, fucking whatever, like that's child's play or whatever compared to mine. But it's like, you're not putting yourself in that category. And if you're making it into a competition, you need to take a mirror to bed and wake the fuck up to yourself, because it's not always about you. It's not always about you and your sorrows and everything as well. Like, yes, I might be using this platform as that, but it's only been mentioned twice. Episode 10 or something, and we brought it up because I had to close my shop, and then now I'm doing this. But it's been Men's Mental Health Month, and I thought, and you agreed, it's a good time to maybe talk a little bit about it and maybe bring out a part 2 of it. And because we got such a great response from the first one, from Jared's Standing Death. That was a really good one. But I think this one's solely focusing on the good and the bad, and it's because it's always about the balance, isn't it? It's always a yin and yang forever.
Forever.
Yeah,
forever. People always trying to look for this eternal happiness, when happiness is actually an emotion that spikes and fades as much as sadness and anger, like waves up. A lot of the time, you're in this sort of like stasis of like emotion where you're just here existing. You're doing stuff at work. You're not happy. You're not sad. It's just what it is. What is it? The equilibrium.
Equilibrium, eh?
Yeah, where you just like monitor.
Yeah,
but it's in your head. It's what you focus on. You want to focus on the good shit rather than the bad. But boy, howdy, is the bad stuff more addicting to think about, isn't it?
It is.
You can probably get a whip around in your head on that, can't you?
Yeah, you make up those strange scenarios in your head and everything, and then it's really odd, isn't it? And you just kind of get frustrated with yourself, or you get frustrated about a situation, but they're like, because you've solely thought about something random like that, you're just like, it's not even real. I'm just elaborating this, and I'm making myself like more confused than ever, and like my emotions are running wild.
That's what you say. You said you're preparing. A lot of the time, if something good happens, you're like, that was really good, but you don't prepare yourself for anything good because there's no negative connotations to it normally. It's the bad shit which often has repercussions that you're preparing yourself for.
Yeah.
And that's why people think about the shit stuff more, because you're preparing yourself for the bad times, the poo times.
The poo times, yeah. the brown times.
Yeah, the brown times. Cold brown.
Cold brown. Yeah. But so, yeah, fucking hell. But then, on the other hand, because the recovery is, for Esme, it's going to take that long, I'm going to ask work and see if I can drop a date and maybe just do like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday or something, and maybe work every other Saturday. Like, it's a conversation I need to have with the boss and see if it's feasible. But then if he says no, this is a full-time position or whatever, I think I might have to go the route of jumping back on the block and just going self-employed and just, being a hired gun.
Yeah. Well, as we said in the last episode, it was you'll jump into a position super fast, and you're literally just a knife for hire in a way. So same way I am.
And it gives
So
you
you have
creative
huge
freedom as
response.
well.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
To jump back on the block is always a nice thing, isn't it? And like I've said, since being out of the trade, it's like a lot of people are like, oh, what do you miss about it? And I'm like, it's a smell, it's a touch, it's the window, it's the serving of customers. There's like a magnitude of things, but it's like, I don't think I'm quite ready to jump on the block again after, closing the shop. But if it has,
why is that in light of this mental health now? Why mentally aren't you ready? And how are you going to be mentally just going into a shop where you just have to work? You're not in the full control. How would you feel about that?
It's hard because you want people to succeed. I want everyone in the trade to do extremely well. But if something isn't going right or something's not working in there, and then knowing me, I'm going to be like, right, and I'm going to put my foot down and go, these things need to be done. This needs to be changed. You're not doing this right. And it's like almost like not helping, I'm there to help, but it's also because I want them to succeed and be the best that they can and offer the best produce that they can. I think knowing me, I'll just be like, you're not doing this right. And I'll start changing things that people aren't used to or introducing stuff. And it's always hard for people. It's always hard for people to change, especially when you're in that groove. And I don't want to piss people off, but if I can see that something's not done right, you can't help but not say something.
Yeah, right. But how would you feel about that if they weren't receptive to it? Would you then go fuck this and then move somewhere else, or would you argue your point politely rather than going listen? No.
I don't know. I'd probably argue, knowing me, because I'm so stubborn, such a stubborn asshole. And I'd just be like, I'd probably definitely raise my case and be like, right, this is the wrongs, and like I'd definitely put it in that sense. But also the thing is, if I have like 2 or 3 shops that I'm a hired gun for, I don't think I'll care as much. But if there's one shop that's like, right, we'll give you 4 days, and then that's it, I think that's when I'll start to go, right, I think you need to change this or do that. But I don't think I'm mentally ready to do it, because I know me, I'll be like, right, I'm back in 7 days again, and I'll do it.
Right. Okay. You're still in that mindset. If you do go back to butchery, you're just going to go absolute balls deep into that.
Yeah. And I'll spread myself thin. I'll burn out again. I won't.
Well, that is kind of admirable that you love butchery so much, but you're also not ready to go back. I like that. This shows that you have a plan rather than just enthusiastically going for it and then regretting it.
Yeah. But it's like we said before, butchery wins at the end of the day. But it's for what price? What's the price? Is it for the burnout? Is it for the stress? Is it for the anxiety? Is it for taking those emails or those deliveries or those phone calls or those texts? Is it dealing with chefs again who have no clue? Is it dealing? What?
Speaking of burnt chefs.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you saw that I sent it to you. The Burnt Chef Project.
Yeah.
Great sort of project that's just going on. It is a community driven sort of scheme where literally is trying to get rid of the stigma within the hospitality trade of chefs, butchers, anyone in that sort of industry, to just talk. That's literally it. They've got numbers, emails, things that you can text. You don't have to fucking talk to somebody and feel self-conscious. I've felt that before going into therapy. You're self-conscious and you're trying to trick them. You're trying to say things that you think they want you to say, or they want you. Whoa. You're saying things that you think they want to hear, but they already know that.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, Burnt Chef Project on Instagram. Go check it out. It's great.
They're doing fantastic work. I do know a bit about their stuff, and I know I do follow their page as well. I do see they brought out like a nice merch range. They've also, they got their text line, and and someone responds back in like 3 to 5 minutes or something silly.
Yeah, I text them saying, I love what you're doing. It's great that you're getting out there.
Yeah.
Let me know if there's anything that we can do.
Yeah, nice.
And they're like, thank you, we really appreciate it. We'll be in touch. And it's like, whether that's being ambassadors or even just pointing people towards them.
I think, yeah, like pointing towards people of where to start. Because I know, look, you said therapy as well. I've done therapy for fucking years for trauma. And it's been hard. It's hard. And it is starting point. It's like starting. It's like, where do I start? Who do I talk to? What do I do? How do I trust this person? There's a million things that run through your head on what you want to do. But if it starts somewhere simple, like with the Burnt Chef Project, just a simple text saying, fill in a bit.
Literally a DM.
Yeah. And then you just go from there and just do it. It is overwhelming starting therapy. When I first started 15 years ago, it was like, fuck, where do I go? What do I do? Like, who do I see?
It's not nearly as prevalent as it is now.
Yeah. And they're like, the whole stigma behind like therapists, like you trying to trick them and whatnot. They're not there to be tricked. They're there to help. And you might think that you're there for a silly reason because you had a minor incident or whatever. It actually isn't. It actually helps you in the long run and helps you develop into a better person for your family, for your work life, for your like everyday life. It is just fantastic doing therapy. And I always recommend it to people all the time. Yeah. Like if they have a hang up about something, I'm like, do you want to talk about it? And they're like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going, have you thought about therapy? They're like, oh, you're not above therapy. You're not above any of those things. You're only harming yourself.
And it's not a burden. It's actually more of a burden if you are
storing it.
I use this term very lightly. I know this is a term that I myself am sensitive to, the word burden. But you're not helping yourself if you're just carrying stuff around. It doesn't help other people if you're just carrying stuff around, because that stuff can spread and shift energies. You need to go talk to someone and get it out, and you do genuinely feel lighter.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah.
I take back the word burden, because that is not what I meant at all. It's
no, fuck you. You're a burden. If you're not, if you're not seeking therapy, fuck you. Not joking. Joking.
No, but I've worked in places where people that I'm working with do need help in a way, and I've worked in places, and I know that I'd say someone walks in a fucking foul mood, through whatever means, not just something that's just happened in the car park or they've dinged their car or whatever. Someone's got really something quite inherently
embedded
wrong going on. It can cause an issue. And I've worked in shops like that, and I have been that person in the past. I only realized that afterwards. It's a real thing. It all starts with a conversation or a DM. Literally.
It really does. There's a really good program as well that I like that the UK's done, is Steps to Wellbeing, that they have in the UK. You get to sign up, you get 8 free sessions at any time, any place that you want. This can be over the phone or like Zoom or whatever. I thought that's a really good stepping stone. Like, you got 8 free sessions on the NHS. And I think that's a great program, because then those people will help you or point you into the right direction. And then you can kind of go on and do your own kind of private therapy if you want it, or you can kind of keep going with the program and just pay like a small fee of some sort. But I thought that's really good. And I know Dorset Mind as well, here in Dorset, they do a lot of stuff as well. And they do like a lot of trauma, a lot of they're quite experienced in those fields, and I thought that's a really good program, and I don't think it gets enough attention. And it's also funny as well because June's Mental Health Month, it fell on Pride Month, and I think Pride Month got kicked out of the picture pretty heavy.
It did. It rarely.
There's nothing in my feed at all about Pride, and I'm like,
that's just the algorithm, bro. I'm sure.
Well, no, but like usually because I do follow like some pages on there that I thought like are really good for educating me a little bit more in the binary world and the they them and the trans world and everything, because my daughter's going to be growing up in that sense, in that world where everyone's going to be talking about it or knowing about it. And like if if she's already at an age, like let's say in 15 years she's like, how come we don't know about that, how come I haven't done it? It's actually on me as a parent to realize and go, shit, I should probably step my game up a little bit. But like I said, that algorithm, like whatever, like I didn't see anything about Pride at all. It was all about June, men's mental health. And I think that, I think it kind of like meant a bit more to the world than it did to like to a lot, It's quite hard to explain.
In your section anyway, that you were online, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's why I was like, it's just quite funny. Is I didn't see anything.
Yeah. One thing that I found, which was good, was just after COVID and the world sort of was seeming to go back to normal.
Still not normal, but
still not normal. It's just imploding now, isn't it? I did actually go on BetterHelp. This is not sponsored by any means.
Nice.
And I've always been self-conscious about talking about myself, my feelings. And on BetterHelp, you can talk to someone over text. You can talk to someone over voice notes. People voice note. That's a thing where people just literally have chats, voice notes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everyone's heard the ads on podcasts and everything there, but it was good because it was at your convenience 24/7. Yeah. You're in bed lying awake 3 a.m., 4 a.m. and you can text someone being like, I feel like shit. And within seconds it's, hey, what's up? You can phone them, text them, absolutely anything. No camera.
Yeah. And I think those are brilliant ideas.
Really, really good when I had no one that I felt like I could talk to. My dad was forever being like, don't be an island. No man is an island. But I know that when times shit, a lot of people just turn in on themselves and they think that, the whole world is against me. But, and even if you're in your bed, in your pit of despair, you can, on your phone, inevitably scrolling, you can go on your phone and just text someone saying, I feel like shit. You'd never have to meet that person. You never have to see them. And it did me a solid. It really just kind of got me out of a hole and made me take a deep breath and carry on.
See, that is a small step towards bettering yourself and doing what's right by yourself. I think that's a really good step. And I think because that's a very unique way of putting it as well. It's like, because that sitting in your bed of despair and those like head noise spirals and everything, and making up those scenarios in your head and going down those dark routes, or just getting stuck in that rhythm as well, like not sleeping. And sleep is quite important to the human mind, and rest. But just a simple thing of just sending a text. It doesn't even have to be to fucking a professional, BetterHelp or anyone like that. It's just like, it starts with like just a simple text. And that's what we've been saying ever since starting this podcast as well, have we not? Reach out, reach around, fucking, if you're feeling down, you got something on your mind, whatever, And I feel very thankful that I've got you. I've got the community, I've got my wife. But some days it doesn't feel like that. It's hard. It's hard, and it's easier just to pick up the phone and send a message, or try and call you when you got reception, or I got reception as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just feeling a bit down, and then I feel a bit annoyed, and you're like, sure.
Often, I phoned you, and you were like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Oh, nothing." But you could, you can tell. I told you that I had a bad few days. I'm trying to think what it was. I had a bad few days, and you asked me how I was. I said, "I'm not good," and you're like, "Okay," and then we just had a normal conversation. We didn't actually talk about it. It was just you were aware of my well-being, and that was.
But yeah, I can tell in your tone of the voice now. I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell, and that time it was like, do you know what? It's easier just to bring up a general conversation and bring you back than it was to dig deeper. Some days it's just easier just to talk about the little things or the nonsense things or whatever to bring you back, to make you feel comfortable again in that realm. You can kind of, when you've been talking to someone, it's like, well, we've spoken for like, I don't know how many hours now doing this podcast. Also outside of the podcast as well, we talk every day, nearly every hour of the day. But you pick up, you can tell. It's like, it's like you're my work wife, essentially. I know your tone. I know you, and I know when my wife's angry or she's upset or she's whatever. It's picking up on those things, and sometimes it's easier just to, just bring a general conversation. It makes you feel better, and then eventually, whenever those people are ready, they tell you.
Yeah, because you've opened that, you've got your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Imagine if we lived in a world, right? You meet people and they go, "How are you?" And you go, "I'm fine." Imagine if we lived in a world where you just said how you felt. Because that's we've been institutionalized into going, "Yeah, you could be having the worst day." People go, "Hi, how's it going?" And you go, "Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah." Why are we lying? Is it because we can't be bothered with other people's problems? Probably.
I'm going to say 100%, yeah. Some people just haven't got time to listen.
It's true. But if you just went, someone was like, "Hi, how's it going?" And you're going, "Really fucking bad, actually." And you're like, "Thanks." And they're like, "That's £2.50 for your coffee or whatever." And then they just go away. And you go, "Oh. All right.
That guy needs a hug.
But there just needs to be more honesty.
Especially around the men's state of mind as well.
Yeah, I think we're quite fortunate in butchery that, standing at the block, a lot of that is therapy or just talking shit. But oftentimes it can get a bit close to the bone. No pun intended.
I was going to say.
And that's something. Talk to your boys, make it a joke. Talk to your girls. All girls, yeah. And yeah, we're quite lucky in that respect. Same as chefs, I'm sure. And they're in the kitchen chefing away at the times, all the times that you go outside for a smoke. It's just those quick conversations in passing, which are often forgotten about.
Definitely.
Yeah, like I can't remember half the things me and Dan spoke about this week on the block, but we were chatting away about life, ourselves. He's going through a house move at the moment.
Yeah,
he'd been through, like I have been through, also like parents divorcing, and and you just chat shit at work, and I think it needs to be taken with a grain of salt.
Some conversations. Some conversations, it's easy to be like, to not gloss over in those aspects, Sometimes there is an underline of like hidden truth in some of those things. And it's like you as a person, not your responsibility, but you as a person to go, is that something we should probably cover? Like, because it's always, because they could be like, oh, yeah, sure. Because if they shut it down straight away, it's like they're insecure. But if they're open enough and honest with themselves, they can be like, we can talk about that. Actually, I have had issues. I have had this, Like
when you're talking with someone on the block, you're just riffing, aren't you? You're not really thinking about it. And then often, you're right, there is times where you go, "Do you want to talk about it?" And they'll go, "Nah, you're all right." Or you can get into it, and then you're away then. And then that's a form of therapy in a way.
It is. And it's free. And you get, it's free. Then you're getting paid to
be there.
Yeah. And sometimes that makes the relationship a bit stronger, especially in the workplace, because if you got that right person in that atmosphere and you can trust them, they're not going to be like, "Oh yeah, make fun of it." Because if that person's making fun of something that you were trying to be, open about. They're the bigger piece of shit.
Yeah, they're the more one who's more self-conscious and needs more work.
They need more work.
They're just mirroring, putting bullshit onto people.
Yeah, exactly. And you haven't got time for that. Yeah, you haven't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. The world's crazy enough as it is, and the very limited time we have on this spinning rock, I ain't gonna fucking dick around with that shit. If you got to I ain't got time. Also, I got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, very, very true. I feel like I'm quite a blunt person in the way I talk.
Some days.
And people find that a bit jarring sometimes, especially in a work environment. But I don't have time for fluff a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm quite honest and and open with people.
Yeah. In
work, and so I try and draw that out of people, and then they just end up talking, which is funny. And you're like,
it's good.
Oh, yeah,
it's good.
I know. Yeah.
It's a debate,
isn't it? This whole with mental health, but here's the thing: you only get out what you put in.
Yeah,
and if you just if you're sitting stewing, if you're going crazy in the cold room, you just gotta reach out, talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you respect the person and they respect you, they will listen. And we're speaking to everybody here. Just talk.
Yeah, and that's Men's Mental Health Month doesn't finish in June. It's all year round.
Oh, yeah, that was just an awareness month.
Yeah, there was awareness, and now
people have mental health all the time.
Yeah, no, exactly. It just the awareness month is once a month, but it's all year round for those who want to, keep doing the best that they can, and they really do. And the suicide rates, I think it's like in the UK, it's like every day 12 blokes lose their life or something, and it adds up to like 800,000 a year or something stupid.
Yeah,
it's like that's a lot of people. That's a lot of men, and some of those are uncles and aunties and sons and fathers and all that. It's just too much
because of often at times that masculine stoicism.
Yeah, you're too stubborn.
That's stiff. That's stiff upper lip. You just gotta help yourself. You gotta.
Yeah.
No one's going
to save you.
No one knows what you're thinking about.
Yeah, no one's going to save you from you. That's the thing, isn't it? You need to put your hand out, get off that sinking ship and get on the life raft.
Yeah, people aren't mind readers, and that's
a big one. That's a big one I learned. It's taken me like 35 years to realize that people don't know what you're thinking. I always thought people were
no matter how obvious it is to you.
Yeah. My wife, she said, like, she's been saying it for 10 years. She goes, how come you haven't told me that? And I'm just like, well, no. She goes, I'm not a mind reader. I'm like, she goes, you're always about like helping yourself and doing all these things. And she goes, how am I meant to read your mind when you're this and that? And she goes, you always talk about stuff and you don't talk about other things. Like, she always says, I'm not a fucking mind reader. And I'm like, true. And I thought that people understood what I'm feeling, but it's not.
But they don't. No.
And
it's actually quite good. Yeah, if you're fortunate enough to have a partner who wants to do the work with you, ride that. Seriously, just do the work together, and you both grow dramatically. Kitty and I have been together a year and a half now. I knew her previously from previous work. And since we've been together, we've both really been trying to grow together in a way.
Yeah, of course.
We talk about the shit straight away, which is one thing that we've tried to be clear on in the relationship is to
communication.
There's an issue. If there's an issue, get it out now. If you sit on that or sleep on it, it's going to compound.
Yeah.
And now that's going to happen. And then before you know it, you'll have 5 years of
pent up bullshit.
Pent up bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
And it's a big
And that's
thing.
never good for a relationship, a new relationship like yours anyway. A year and a half is fuck all. Like in the grand scheme of it, I'm 10 years deep, and I still feel like I'm learning more about my wife. You know, she's beyond supportive. I'd never be able to open up a shop if it wasn't for her. I wouldn't be able to do these endeavors. Wouldn't be able to start this podcast if it wasn't for her. I wouldn't be able to do the therapy that I need. She wants me to grow and be a better person, you know?
Yeah.
And now that we have a daughter, and she's all for it. And I told her, obviously, that we'll make it a mental health podcast again. She's like, good, talk to Luke.
Yeah.
And I was like, and talk to the people. Tell them how you feel. You know, everyone deserves the bit of light shed on them and everything, you know, and you need to make things aware, especially in the world of being a man.
People work too hard to be this tired and stressed out.
Oh, it's unreal. Work so hard.
What's it all for?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If you're the one who is taking the toll on.
Yeah, exactly right. Which is going to come over to our next segment. I've written a few questions for you, my dude.
Sweet.
Right. Question one, big man.
Yeah.
A person you would trade places with for a day.
Is this in the trade?
Can be. Can be outside of it. Do whatever you want.
Oh, no. This is like the guest questions, isn't it? When they're like, 3 people to invite to dinner and why?
Yeah. But you only got one person and you them for a day.
I'm probably going to keep it in the trade. That's a tough one. Mm-hmm. To keep it within butchery as well. All right, there's so many people that are just whizzing through my head. I think it would just be interesting to be a part of their world and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Would I be that person? Would I have their memories and their thoughts and everything?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that way, yeah.
Okay. There's so many people. That I think it could probably be one of the bearded butchers.
Oh, nice.
Because they've been in the butchery trade since they were kids.
Yeah.
And they've built such a wealth of knowledge, and they're powerhouses in the industry, you could say.
Yeah.
They've got huge sort of following on YouTube, and they put out so much content that it's just interesting, and it's nice that they've got that reach, and they do whole carcass work. They do slaughter. Their setup looks awesome. I mean, there's so many other people as well. There's you got Butcher Jared in Australia. He did all his kills and all that sort of stuff. You got I've forgotten their handles now.
You got James Smith, the tattooed butcher, as well. He's done great things.
Yeah, they've just had good butchery careers, and I'm just interested in how they are in that sort of time. You got Soul Cow Butchery as well in California. They do ranch butchery. They go out, you know, they've got their slogans like "We got time to kill," which is good. And they have a meat truck that they go around farm slaughter and stuff. That would be good.
Yeah,
to just be doing that for a day. So there's so many people. It's difficult, isn't it? Yeah, we'll probably rather bearded butcher bros, because why not?
Yeah,
that'd be fun. They've got the beard. It's not quite there yet.
Yeah,
but yeah, they've got a good thing going on, and just to see the inner workings of that sort of processing plant they've got of packing, cutting, slaughter, and all the carcasses they get through. They do bison, all that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah.
It'd just be interesting. That's one out of many people who I would like to be in the shoes of. You got DC. If imagine DC just cutting away on the block, and then you're going, oh, like all the stories that are in your head and
Yeah.
the knowledge that you've got of the meat industry is incredible. It's just why not? What about you?
I'm going outside the trade, I reckon.
Okay, right. I kept it inside because otherwise I'd have been overwhelmed with the possibility of whomever. Gordon Ramsay. I'd love to be Gordon Ramsay for a day.
Well, speaking of chefs, I would like to be Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were going that far.
Yeah, man. Why not?
Yeah, that would be absolutely fucking rad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That'd be absolutely killer to beat him.
100%. Yeah.
Just down some back alley in Japan, eating the best food and smoke and ripping cigs. Of course you would.
Delete pints. Yeah. Delete pints, ripping butts.
Yeah.
Living life. It'd be great. Yeah. So I reckon that'll be mine. And plus, kept it in the Anthony realm as well. Because Anthony's going to stay strong.
He has, yeah. What about in the butchery world? What would you do?
Oh. Do you know what? I'm going to go Jake Dilger. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going Jakey. He's doing amazing work. He's doing kills on site. He does the process. He does the slaughter.
Yeah.
He
owes us some jerky.
Yes, that too. That too. But he's got a very interesting background, which I would like to speak to. Also, trying to get outside of the UK for us with a very limited time. It is a bit of a setup for us because we're up till stupid o'clock when we have to be up and out the door by 6:30. And if we're, but we will be bringing more content. But to go on that side, I think Jake has a wealth of knowledge. He's very, very good at what he does. And I think maybe spending a day as him would be good fun because it wouldn't be boring. It wouldn't be the same block. It'd be a different ranch. It'd be a different kill. It's just all around different, and I'm not taking away from Jared or Matthew, Christian, and many others as well. But I think just being Jake for a day would be pretty cool.
Really cool. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
But Anthony Bourdain all day.
Yeah. That'd be so good.
Right. Question number 2. Guilty pleasure.
My own time. Is that one? Are we getting indulgent right now?
You do whatever you want, mate. Whatever your guilty pleasure is, my friend.
My guilty pleasure. I don't know whether it's a guilty pleasure or it's executive dysfunction. Just when there's so much stuff to do, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. It's not that it stresses me out, but it's sort of like, just having my own time. I think it's so limited currently to just be able to be on your own and have nothing to do because you're on the phone 24/7 on call nowadays. Just to have your own time. I read sometimes. I don't read much. Actually, that's one thing. Is that as a kid, I read constantly. And then video games took over. But reading, I enjoy reading. I don't really
Alone time, yeah.
do a lot. But reading, just being chill, being sort of having that stillness, which I quite like. I'm not taking away from being a dad. I'm not taking away from being within a relationship with someone whom I'm very much in love with. We're in a world where stillness and quiet is a rarity.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate enough to live in a place that is quiet. There's a bit of traffic noise going past my windows at the time, but just being still. I think I don't get enough of it. So
Yeah.
I seek it out and I give it to myself, the stillness. Whether that is reading or scrolling on my phone, it's still peaceful in a way, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Very
that's that. My own being selfish.
good. Yeah, right.
You're being shellfish. Come on, man. God, what's your guilty pleasure?
Family time means the world to me now.
It's not a guilty pleasure, I don't think.
Hanging out with the girls,
Hmm.
laughing, carrying on, just just being in that little realm of like, this is my corner of paradise. You know,
I love that.
it's just a nice thing, and you know, spending all that time with the girls, it just means the world to me more than ever, and I really do love it. And it's, you know, it takes me away from looking at my phone most of the time. It makes me a better person, makes me a better husband and father if I don't spend all that time on my phone like I used to, like when I had the shop. You know, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed more than
Nice.
Yeah.
That's lovely, mate. Sorry about that one.
Thank you. Question 3. What's
Guilty.
good? Best compliment you've ever gotten?
Then. The best compliment I've ever gotten. Ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. As a man, you don't get complimented very much.
No. That's why very limited for us.
If you do, it's often an empty compliment based upon looks, how you're looking that day, I feel. Compliments, compliment. Tell you what, I think I was having a bit of a moment at work one time, and it was off the back of an extremely busy Saturday, and we had staff come in and absolutely blow up in front of us, saying that we could have done better. We had customers complaining, which I don't think we did. This wasn't the first time they did this. And
Here we go.
they made us feel like shit. And I was one of the only butchers there. I then totally went in on myself, rather than I would rarely ever externalize sort of like, you did this, you did that. I'm always I could have done this so much better. And someone who is really quite quiet and older, they kind of just said that I was one of the most professional, hardworking people they've ever worked with, in a way. And it totally threw me through a loop, because I was just egging myself on to just, like I said earlier, wind myself up in my head. And they could see it because I was talking to myself, and being in that moment of them being able to see it. Maybe they were just trying to pull me out of that, but yeah, I really held on to that, and that's what I feel is one of the best compliments that you can give someone who's really trying their hardest.
Yeah.
I think is like, I can see you are working as hard as you can. We appreciate that, and thank you. You know, it wasn't a compliment based upon anything else, really. That's one that sticks with me. Sure, I've had loads of compliments about loads of other things in my life, but that's one that I think about regularly.
Yeah, nice.
Now, how about you? Get rid of soft skin. Your lips are so soft.
Lotion
Get off.
Rubs the lotion on the skin. Mine would be like something from like an older woman would say, is like that handsome young man who's very professional and attending, you know, very tender,
Isn't it?
yeah,
And tender.
yeah,
He was very tender.
yeah. stuff like that. It's just like, my work's not gone undone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, professionally, these compliments mean a lot, don't they? Because that's what you're trying to uphold, certain values, and it's great. And as I say, is when you get especially an older generation person going, this young man over here,
Yeah.
everything he's doing is good, is right. He's really working hard and trying his best.
Yeah, definitely. Or you can go down the funny route, and my wife would be like, when I'm in a suit and tie, she'd be like, nice tie, when did the pants come off? You're like, it's a nice compliment. Tell me now.
Yeah.
Fun ones like that. But those two really stick out in my head.
Yeah. Nice.
Right. Next question. Something you wish you were better at.
Suddenly, your mind gets flooded of like, yeah, shit at that, shit at that, shit at that.
So you go into the negative. Like, you just got to pick
That's
one
it.
thing. Yeah.
It's addictive. It's addictive.
It
It gives you that dopamine hit, and you suddenly get a bit of a high from thinking about negative things.
Which is not a good thing either.
A couple of things. Some things that I wish I was. What was the question?
Something you wish you were better at.
Some things that were blah blah blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I wish I was better at giving myself compliments.
Yeah, very good.
Or to phrase it differently, I wish I wasn't so hard on myself.
Yes, definitely.
I wish that's one thing that I've really struggled with in the past. I'm my own worst enemy. There's often things that I can handle criticism quite well, both personally and professionally, within certain parameters. But professionally, no one can say anything worse about my work than that I haven't already said.
Yes.
I'm so hard on myself, and I really wish that I could be nicer to me.
Yeah.
And also my time management at times can be absolutely fucking shocking. Bloody awful.
What is that accent? The Welsh. Oh, I Jesus. Don't mean to offend the Welsh.
So no, I had a Welsh accent today. So I'm talking to myself and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish I was better at being nice to myself.
Yeah.
Just it all comes from within, and I'm a mean person to myself. Really, really mean. Big stinking meanie. And yeah, there you go.
All right.
Just gotta be nice.
Yeah. Be kind, rewind.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
About you, what's one thing you wish you could do better?
Mine would be listen. Listen to what my body says. And listen to what my mind says. Enough is enough. Mia in Friday's episode just gone, knowing when to say no, or knowing, like she said, like not to pick up that phone, but like in my world, it's listening to myself and what my body says, and it's just keep pushing yourself into then burning out.
Yeah.
It's like I need to listen a little bit more to myself on those fronts, because, we're only, we're mortal. There's only so much lifting, and there's only so much of these activities that you can take on until your body starts to just go, fucking, this is it, man. You got carpal tunnel, or you got like continuous strains in your legs or your shins. It's enough to say, a bit of me time, bit of relaxing,
Yeah, hold up.
Enough is enough, yeah. I think listening and not pushing myself too much.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can say that. You're so quick to just pick something up that's too heavy because you don't want to bother someone else, rather than going, can you give me a hand with this? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, when so many people I know have just got bad backs as well.
Yeah, exactly. And all of us in this
So many
trade.
people.
Same with like, the carpenters and the fucking bricklayers and, all the edges and pointers and all those people who are just always bent down or doing whatever. Those same people were just in the same boat. But they love doing what they do like we do. But they keep pushing. And, that's when accidents happen to yourself as well as on the side.
True.
Yeah. But I think listening to yourself and saying enough is enough.
Yeah.
Or just take that extra 15, Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Next question. Worst piece of advice you've been given?
Here's one that can be controversial, is to not worry. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
There's
So if I said that to you, it's like, oh, you're going into the self-employment world. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm like, there's a reason to worry because you're concerned and you're being responsible.
You're diving into the unknown as well.
Yeah, sure. There's also the really casual side of it. It's like, oh, don't worry about it, which is fine. That's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Matata, baby.
Yeah. You drop that fillet steak on the floor. You're not going to throw it away, are you? Throw it away, are you? You're going to...
It's just seasoned.
Yeah, you're going to mince that shit up and give it to the dog.
Yeah, fuck you, Doris.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. Don't worry about it. That one's quite funny. Makes me laugh.
Don't worry pokes the bear on people who are natural warriors or people who
I'm a natural person who worries.
Yeah. But it really pokes the bear on people like that, as well as people who are having a red hot crack at something and, you're like, what about this income? And then like this bit and blah, blah, blah. And someone's like, yeah, don't worry about it. You're kind of like,
every eventuality, every detail, you want it. You are, what's the word? But you take pride in it, but you're feeling responsible.
Yeah.
And if people go, don't worry about it, you're going, no, that's a variable that I need to worry about to get the best out of this situation, whatever it may be. Could be in butchery, could be in just life.
Also, someone who's saying, yeah, don't worry about it, obviously hasn't had a go at self-employment or done some of the things that most of us have done. If those people have still stayed in the realm of an office job or stayed in the employment world, and then you'll go to them with a worry, and they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. That's easier for you to say, but you also don't know the ins and outs. It hurts.
And a worry isn't always a bad thing. It's just let's say it's a survival technique. Yeah, in that you're trying to cover all bases and get the best possible outcome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's one shit bit of advice that I've had before. I've had many, many other bits of really crap advice that I don't listen to. So
yeah, but don't worry, it's probably up there in the top 10 of shit advice.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
why? Let's go with the question. Why?
The curiosity killed the cat, didn't it?
Yeah, precisely. Call me George because I'm curious.
Fucking hell.
He's a monkey, Curious George. Never know about him?
Yeah, of course. He also had, there's that the Mandela effect as well, where he had a tail in our era, and now this era, he has no tail.
He has no tail.
The Mandela effect. They're trying to rewrite history, as they say.
It's true, like the Fruit of the Loom logo, where they never said there was a basket in the background when there fucking was.
There fucking was.
It was.
We were there for this time.
I saw that shit. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, exactly right.
Did you know Atia saw a pigeon yesterday in Brighton, and she was like, "Ugh." She was like, they're controlled by the government. They're robots controlled by the government, and I must have told her that 6 months ago.
Yeah,
but it must have just popped into her head.
Well, yeah, nice. That's cool.
It really made me laugh. It's like, yes, pigeons are controlled by the government, and the reason for COVID is they were changing the batteries in them.
They had a leak.
That's why we had lockdowns, because they were changing the batteries in the pigeons. Because there's so many of them.
Yeah, nice.
Moving swiftly on, what is your bad bit of advice that you've been given?
Don't change.
Don't change, or like don't grow, don't change.
Don't change. Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's gospel. Why the fuck do they say that to you?
It's just them being them, I guess, in a way. You know, there was like one piece of advice that really annoyed me, you know, was don't change. And I'm like, but without change, there's no growth. You know, without growth, you can't succeed, or you can't have lessons or life lessons or whatever, you know, and that one really annoys me still to this day. It's just like people are still going around saying, don't ever change. And just like,
it could be nice. They were like, oh, Anthony, don't never change, mate.
But then I'll change because you've said it.
Yeah, you got that fuck you mentality.
Yeah. Also, they said we won't ever go to the moon. We've been to the moon, I'm sure. Speaking of conspiracies, I guess, in a way. But, you know, don't change. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
With your mindset. That's all.
Yeah, people like that say don't change often aren't going to be in situations where they need to adapt.
Exactly. You know,
for long periods of time as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyone. What a closed-minded thing to say.
It is, yeah.
And just don't change.
Still annoys me. And then it's like, oh, yeah, I moved a whole country, you know, and I've changed my personality. I've changed a lot about me, changed a lot about my mental state, and trying to be better every day.
Yeah.
How could you not want to change and be better? How could you not want to change and do something different or see new things?
There are people out there that are happy just with, literally just
their four walls,
surviving in a way. You know, they eat to live; they don't live to eat. Mm-hmm. They're happy with going home, having the same meal they've had all week, watching bullshit reality TV, going to bed, waking up, going to work, going to a boring desk job that they sit at and don't talk to anybody.
Exactly.
Go to lunch, sit on their own, talk to that dull co-worker in the break room, go home. Yeah. Rinse and repeat.
Yep.
Those are the people that say don't change. You know.
Yeah. And those people are the ones down at the pub fucking giving you advice about life and everything. You're like, nah, dude, it didn't work that way.
The people that are living for the weekend rather than just living right fucking now.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're living in the moment right now with this podcast and everyone listening to it.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
I'd rather be listening to this than going to a shit bar that I've been waiting to get to talk to some absolutely vapid a-holes. But it's just all superficial BS.
Yeah, regurgitated BS.
Yeah. Oh, punch mic.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Last question. What never fails to make you smile? I think I know the answer.
Right, it's got to be farts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Farts are always funny. But also, people falling over. You know, the YouTube videos of people falling over.
Well, the fails.
Yeah, they're great. Just constantly. It's just,
okay.
it's not not necessarily people getting hurt or having life-changing injuries. It's just more of the act of them going, just boom. They're falling over. Yeah, not that.
Yeah.
But that always gets a laugh out of me. Maybe it could be anxiety laughing as well, because I'm like, I know that shit hurts.
That hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, that gets a rise. And my daughter, she's absolutely fucking funny with some of the shit she says, man. She is a joke. She's a joke. She's a joke a minute.
She's going to be a stand-up comedian.
Just a kid's perception of the world is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
We saw a guy in a kilt the other day, and she was like, "Why is he in a skirt?" I said, "I don't know. He could be Scottish, or he could be Irish, and it's those people. The men tend to wear kilts." She was like, "Ah." And she turns to me and goes, "That's badass."
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, that is badass. And she was like, mm-hmm. So you said perfectly. It just really made me laugh.
Nice.
Same with the pigeon comment earlier.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, she's a great comedy value.
No, good. Simply.
What about you?
Whatever fails to make me smile. I would say people smiling. It's very contagious.
It does.
I would say people smiling.
It does. It's very contagious. It does.
Yeah, I feel when you see someone else having a good day, they're smiling or they're laughing, or that they're enjoying their moment. It kind of puts a smile back on your face.
It does. It does. If you see someone laughing, you're like, "What's this motherfucker laughing about?"
Yeah. What's this about? What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's me over there. Yeah, you kind of get. It's making you smile now. It's just, and it's a simple gesture, and it's free.
Yeah.
And it makes anyone's day, and it just helps. And when I see people smiling like that, you just like, yeah. It never ceases. To never make me smile.
And also, you can trick your brain into having a good day if you wake up in a bad mood.
True.
If you wake up in a bad mood, this is going to sound mental. I've seen this on a reel. I don't necessarily put it into practice, but if you smile and laugh whilst you're doing something first thing in the morning, your brain goes, "Oh, right, okay, cool.
We're in a good mood. Let's get it."
Yeah. Isn't it funny how we talk about the brain in this way, sort of like in the whole mental health capacity but we are the brain. The brain named itself.
Yeah. That's
we are a brain in a squidgy meat mech.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
We are the brain.
Well, yeah, we're just like a ghost in a, what is it? We're a ghost inside of a meat skeleton made from stardust spinning on a rock in the infinite.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that tattooed across here.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. 2 lines of it. It's big.
It's true though, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. What does it all mean? Well, all this stress that we're all going through. At the end of the day, it's not worth it. People go on holiday, right? And they're rarely on their phone. They're out in the sun. They're eating good food.
Yeah.
And they're in a good mood.
Mm.
It explains so much, yet we come back to this rat race of everyday life. I was actually talking to my stepdad today. We were talking about living in different parts of the country, and whenever I go up north, Scotland, the world is just so much quieter. You get an hour north of the M25. That soon, the world slows down. The southeast UK is just mental, and it gives you anxiety.
Yeah. We put ourselves in those. We've built this world around being.
Where's everybody going?
Yeah, they're chasing
all
money.
These people tearing around. Where are you going?
Yeah, they're chasing their money.
I know I'm in my car as well, driving, but I know where I'm going.
Not everyone else.
Yeah, but if you go north, mate, Scotland, I absolutely love it.
You did mention in like episode 20 that going up north is your thing.
It's just, I think it's the peace and quiet. I just want to live on a couple of acres of land in a funny little cottage that needs work, and to have a workshop where I can blow shit up. That's all I want.
Love it. Yeah.
I just want to be away from people and other, it's this busy world that we feel like we need to be doing something which gives people
Purpose.
These issues.
You go for the purpose, and you create issues around it, and you're just like,
and it catches up with you. No,
causes that stress and anxiety. It's ridiculous. The world we've created right now is just ridiculous.
It is. It's constant. There's constant information. So you don't need to be knowing what one person does across the other side of the world at 4 a.m. It's fine. It's great having the butchery community, but that serves its purpose. I have a theory that our minds, right, the human mind, isn't supposed to have this much information, which causes it to overheat.
Yeah, it's a meat computer.
Right. We're supposed to be within our communities. Years ago, the world was much smaller. There was less anxiety. Sure, it was still there, but it wasn't what it was. Or it wasn't what it is today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we have so much information coming from all over the world, constantly, 24/7.
Yeah.
And even 20, 30 years ago, the world was so much smaller. The internet was forums and some other things, and 4chan.
It was developing, wasn't it? The old internet.
Yeah. And it was just so much smaller.
WWW.
And you didn't even know what was happening 4 hours away.
Yeah.
In the town over, because you were just within your community. People knew each other by name.
Yeah.
It's just, and with the growth of the internet, the growth of mental health issues has come up. Whether it's now more at the forefront or whether that's the source of,
yeah,
you don't know. Chicken and the egg.
True.
I'm sure there's been high anxiety in many points in history, but I don't know. I'm just waffling now. It just seems that it's a difficult subject, but it's out there. We just need to talk about it again.
Definitely comes around to talking about it. You know, it is a hard subject, can be, but if you're willing to change and help yourself to become better and whatever else, it's a simple call, chat, whatever it is, whatever it may be. But yeah,
it really is.
Right now, I know we got a bit dark, got a bit heavy. Now we sent out on our Instagram for people to send us through the jokes, and you guys did not disappoint. I'll tell you that much. You guys, they were wild. We got some fun ones. We got some sad ones. We got some silly ones. Do you know what's funny though? No Chuck Norris ones, even though we got to send them for
really
weeks on end. Yeah, no Chuck Norris ones, which is really funny.
I am surprised. Surprised.
But yeah, so I'll read these out, and Luke, you try not to laugh.
I will. Also, thank you for letting me waffle on and talk about society as we now go on to jokes. I appreciate that.
Of course, we've got to brighten it up at the end of a heavy episode. It felt nice. Yeah, I like this. It's been good. Right. So first joke was, why did the bullet lose its job? It got fucked.
Oh, fucking hell.
Dad joke. Second joke. Today I asked my phone, "Hey Siri, why am I still single?" And it activated the front camera.
Savage.
Yeah, nice.
Wow, Siri's a bitch.
Such a bitch.
You don't need that negativity in your life.
No, not at all. This one's inappropriate, but I like it. What's the difference between acne and a priest?
Oh, no.
Acne doesn't come on your face until you're at least 12. Oh, God.
Oh, our father happens to be.
This one's good. I came across my wife's Tinder profile, and I'm so angry about her lies. She is not fun to be around.
This was good.
The doctor gave me 1 year to live, so I shot him with my gun. The judge gave me 15 years. Problem solved.
Life hack.
Life hack. My senior relatives like to tease me at weddings, saying things like, "You'll be next." They stopped once I started doing it to them at funerals.
Nice. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Last one. Today on a drive, I decided to visit my childhood home. I asked the people living there if I could come inside because I was feeling nostalgic, but they refused and slammed the door in front of my face. I hate my parents.
That was a good one.
It was good.
Nice.
It was good.
Good.
Right. This has been a great episode, Lukey.
It has, mate. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, and we appreciate everyone else as well listening and watching.
100%. I would definitely want to say again, Burnt Chef Project on Instagram. Look them up. Give them a follow. They're doing great things. They're getting out there.
Definitely.
As well as better help as well. It's convenient. Costs a little bit of money to get started, but it got me out of a hole, so it comes highly commended from me. And talk to your fellow bro.
Yep, definitely reach out, reach around, give him a bit of love, talk to that person.
What are we going to call this? The Monday Madness Mental Health Reach Around Recap.
Sure. Yeah, we can do it that way.
There you go.
Yeah, this is a reach around.
Yeah, bit of a reach around recap. Yeah, sorry, interrupting. Definitely reach out to people.
Yeah, definitely. It helped. If you're in a bit of funk, get in on it. Have a dig. You know, you're not right. Call someone, text someone. It's not that hard. I hope everyone really enjoyed this episode. You know, we covered quite a bit. It was a bit deep and dark at times. Got a bit fun.
Yeah, it's just chatting, mate. You know, it's nice to talk to you. These are the conversations that myself and Al actually have
daily
on the phone, daily. You know, it's trying just being open and honest with each other, and you being open and honest with yourself at the end of the day. I find sometimes saying something out loud, even if no one else is around, you can hear what it sounds like. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Definitely.
So if you're stuck in your head and you've got this one thing on your mind, say it out loud, and you'll hear how it sounds, and you'll be like, right, that's not good. It's not what you want to hear.
Exactly.
Your body's receptive to that, and you'll stop thinking about that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. And if you say it out loud and no one's around and someone answers you back, then we've got a problem.
Yeah. We can't help you. Don't call us.
No, you'll have to seek professional help on that one. All right. Before we leave, shout out to our sponsors, Leonards. Don't forget the Euro box is available till July. Click on the link. Support the legends.
July.
Yes, mid-July. Support the legends that support us, keeping the podcast and us alive. And, you know, it's just great. It's good to see that we got sponsor back on our side and who support us.
Hell yeah. 100%. We appreciate it. And we appreciate everyone listening. Looking to get this. Whoever's got this far. So my words, I'm on the sparkling water. It's making me fucking very mental.
It's that Monday artist, baby.
Yeah.
But Luke, tell everyone where to get your gear from.
My shirts, got some shirts left. Fake Dog Collection on Etsy and Instagram.
Yeah.
Get amongst it.
Right. We're going to leave you there. I hope everyone has a lovely Monday. Please reach out to anyone. Just tell them you love them as well. And say the boys from the Butcher's Bible podcast told you they had to do it.
Yeah, I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had to do it.
I love you so much. I had to do it.
Right. Love you. And I will see you on the Friday's episode. See you, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.